If you pan down here, at the start of what looks to be a Red Bull can, there are tire tracks leading back, as well as tire tracks on this side. And you have a broken branch that's touching the ground. Pulled hair right here. And if you come up at about 10 o'clock into a wooded area, about 10 meters away, the female victim, 2 to 3 feet in front of that is another small chunk of hair. It looks like there is some bleeding in the area. The easiest way to come back would be along there, suspecting that that's where the suspect went back. We're going to go around another way, preserve evidence.
For the first time, the pieces start to come together. As Pitcher walks along the gravel road just off the highway, he spots fresh tire marks, evidence the suspect had been here not long ago. A few feet away, strands of the victim's hair lie scattered, suggesting she was dragged from the road into the forest. Further in, there are clear signs of disturbance. Damaged plants, broken branches, indicating the suspect's vehicle was likely damaged as it sped away, possibly right after dumping the body. And then, something far more significant catches his eye.
So, there were a bunch of like small trees, that kind of thing. You have this dirt road, but then as I'm walking along the path, that's the first thing that struck me was, so there was a little tree, and it kind of had, how you can tell when something's freshly broken, right? The limb hasn't died or anything like that when you're talking about a tree, and it was just kind of hanging there. And so that got me looking at it, and then sure enough, what looked to be car parts broken off right underneath it, like sitting on the ground right there. And that's kind of one of those ones like, could this be, the suspect vehicle?
But even with this small breakthrough, Pitcher still hasn't uncovered the most critical piece of the puzzle, one that suggests this is far from an isolated incident. With the scene locked down and the victim transported for autopsy, investigators are left with two critical questions. Who is the victim and who is her attacker? To answer the first, Detective Pitcher comes up with a plan.
Yeah, I'm kind of going through things, and basically my thought then, especially keep in mind, like I said earlier, this is right coming into Thanksgiving, right? Everything is about to get slammed where we live. This is a huge tourist spot. So I was concerned that, okay, we could lose video evidence that might be in the area. Talked to my captain, and I showed the captain too, the car part and all that, and I said, all right, I'm leaving the scene, and I'm about to start hitting every business, starting with the bars in the area, and at least get them marked so that they don't get rid of evidence on us.
At Pitcher's request, officers go from business to business, searching for any sign of the suspect's vehicle. One missing a black 3x8-inch piece of bumper and showing damage consistent with hitting branches, as well as any indication of a possible daylight abduction. But with no clear timeline for when the murder occurred, the search could take anywhere from hours to days. So Pitcher splits his efforts, directing some officers to focus on the second piece of the puzzle, identifying the victim. He sends them to local businesses, hoping that someone might recognize her. But that's when an unexpected problem emerges.
Hey, so you're on Detective Brady. This is Detective Bunce. We're doing we're part of the homicide investigations going on. I don't know if you've heard what's going on in the marathon. Yeah. And we don't know whether the victim is still unidentified, and we're taking a shot in the dark, and maybe if she might have been a patron here. So if it's a graphic photo, but we're going to ask if you have seen her or a couple bartenders.
I'll take a look. So, I've been here the last few nights since Wednesday, so.
Okay.
There's a picture. I haven't seen anybody like that, no.
Okay, do you think you're maybe a bartender or so would,
They, probably wouldn't want to, knowing they're a bit on the skittish side.
With the victim still unidentified and no sign of the suspect's vehicle, officers are at a loss. With every passing hour, the killer edges closer to vanishing for good, along with any chance of solving the case. But just as leads begin to run dry, one bartender would step forward, giving them their first major lead.
How you doing, Chris?
Hey, how are you?
We're gonna...
I just got your phone number.
917. And are you willing to look at the photo of the victim and see if you might know her, or it's pretty... It's up to you. Yeah, okay. All right. There's this lady here. You might be able to recognize her.
Yes.
Okay, do you know her name? Or perhaps, does she drive a car? Or she live anything where we could try and track down. We don't know who she is, so it's very important. We're trying to find out who she is.
I can't think of it.
Okay. But for sure.
Yes, I know exactly who she is.
Okay.
Definitely.
Although the bartender doesn't remember the woman's name, she recalls seeing her multiple times, suggesting she's likely local. And then another bartender approaches. She recognizes the victim too, but still can't provide a name. However, she remembers something else. She had seen the woman working at the Sunset Grill restaurant just a few miles away. With this new information, officers quickly wrap up and rush to the restaurant, realizing they may be moments away from answering one of the case's biggest questions.
How are you?
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
Detective Rosa DiGiovanni. The reason that I'm asking is, has she ever worked for you?
Oh, she looks familiar. Yes.
She did?
Yes. And I tried to help her.
What do you mean you tried to help her?
Well, when she first moved here, she worked for us, and
You know when that was, more or less?
I have all the dates at
That
my
would be
house.
great.
And I feel so bad about what happened to her because I really.
Finally, officers have a name, 51-year-old Michelle. But when detectives check for a missing persons report, they find nothing, leading them to assume the victim has no close family. That is, until her employer reveals something that makes her death even more tragic.
She told me, she was from, is it Wisconsin or Wisconsin? I have all her info where she was from, I think. And she had a family. I knew she had children. And, ex-husband, she didn't have custody of her children. But she told me she used to be like a therapist, too. And she goes, I know better. I shouldn't be taking these pills and stuff. And I said, well, you need to get straightened up because I'm going to have to let you go. But she did talk always. I don't know her children. I never met her, but she always talked about them. I don't know how old they were. She always talked about going back. I know our children must be devastated. If you talk to her kids or anything, just tell them that, she was a wonder. She had a good heart. She did.
That's basically what we're trying to get for her kids,
She did. And I always thought that too. I thought, God, I wish her kids knew that I really liked her.
Thanks to her employer, officers are able to get into contact with several of Michelle's family members in Janesville, Wisconsin. All of them describe her the same way, kind, with a good heart. But after moving to Florida, she lost contact with them. This information is immediately relayed to Detective Pitcher, who now has one question left to answer. Who is her killer? And that answer may be closer than they think.
That time, Captain says, all right, I'm going to send a picture of this car part to a buddy of mine who's in narcotics. He is extremely good with cars. She literally sends him this little bit of what turned out to be a bit of a fender. He comes back. First thing, he sends a text. All right, it's going to be from a van, full-size van like this. Within 15 minutes of that, he sends a picture and says it's going to be this type of van. That picture he sent actually ended up to even be the exact same color, everything as the van's a suspect van, like to the T. But in my mind, I'm thinking, number one, 50% chance it's actually going to be the suspect vehicle. Being able to match that to vehicle, probably not going to happen.
Naturally, Detective Pitcher is skeptical, but he still relays this information to officers combing through CCTV footage. And to his complete surprise, after 6 hours of finding nothing of value, they're about to stumble upon something big.
I don't know how to download it from the system, but he's fixing to go past here in just a minute.
Need anything else from us?
No, bro. I'm just going to find this vehicle and then try to clip this. I found him. He's right here.
Office Max is a ripoff.
Right there.
At last, police spot what they believe to be the suspect's vehicle, a black and silver Dodge conversion van, visibly damaged with pieces missing. And once they run its license plate, detectives can begin reconstructing the killer's movements piece by piece.
He's gonna go by, I'm sure. There he goes, right there. Yeah, 1207. He will let you, yeah. That's the van right there.
There it is.
There it is.
Yep.
All right, 1240. He had to stop somewhere.
1239.
What we get from Alfredo's?
Alfredo's was 12:08:23. So that's 4 minutes. 4 minutes and 17 seconds.
You had to stop somewhere quick.
4 minutes, 17 seconds. Okay,
I wasn't sitting in traffic for 4 minutes. That's a big. That's a.
So where can he stop between Fredo's?
Huh? Cravens.
trade winds.
Or if he came in here.
As officers piece together the van's path across town, it suddenly disappears, somewhere near Kmart Plaza on US Highway 1, just over 3 miles from where the body was found. While officers search for additional camera angles around the last known location, investigators run the van's registration, and that's when they discover something deeply concerning. The van belongs to 58-year-old Stephen Matthew Wolf, a man with a long and serious criminal history.
Obviously, the one thing, I can't remember if it was a juvenile record that was sealed and they had to go a little bit further to find it out or whether they grabbed it, but he had a murder at a young age. So immediately I have someone getting on the phone for me and contacting that police department. Let's get details on this and fast. And it was this 90-year-old man that he and a couple of his friends robbed, and he decided to kill him. So the minute you find stuff like that out, you're like, all right, you're building those building blocks, right? You're like, okay, we're on the right path here. This is most likely our guy.
Decades earlier, in 1976, Wolf was convicted of homicide in Boise, Idaho. At 15 years old, he and 3 others murdered a 78-year-old man named Enrico Flori, a robbery-motivated killing that landed him 15 years in prison. The case gained nationwide attention when, in 1977, Stephen escaped from the Ada County Jail, sawing through a bar on the 4th floor and climbing down using bedsheets and conduit. He remained on the run for 6 days before being recaptured. As Pitcher digs deeper, they uncover even more disturbing details: a prior diagnosis of psychopathy, a history of animal cruelty, and long-term drug use, raising the question of whether he should ever have been released. With these findings, Pitcher realizes he's looking for someone with a history of extreme violence, a proven capacity to evade justice, and potentially a serial killer. By midnight, the van still hasn't reappeared on CCTV, suggesting it's still somewhere near the cluster of fast food restaurants. Unwilling to waste any more time, Pitcher, alongside a dozen deputies from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, heads out to search the area. And as they begin to look for their suspect, something inexplicable happens.
When the captain and lieutenant were going out to scout in this parking lot, you're doing a lot of this just hoping and, looking for that needle in a haystack, but most likely, the person's going to bounce pretty quickly and get out of town. So while you're hoping, it's not great. And she's driving, keep in mind, on the opposite side of the road. So she had to see it from a long ways away. And according to my captain lieutenant said a prayer. And the minute she stopped the prayer, looked off to her left where there is a Kmart and a McDonald's, and sitting just right by the McDonald's was the van. And she starts yelling, "There's the van, there's the van." Of course, they almost wrecked the car. But they get into the parking lot, sit tight for a second. I get over there, make contact, and go from there.
To Pitcher's surprise, they spot it. The black and silver van, parked between a Winn-Dixie and a McDonald's. Approaching from multiple directions, officers surround the parking lot, carefully ensuring no bystanders are in harm's way, with Pitcher meticulously guiding the operation. And as officers inch closer, they brace themselves, knowing a dangerous killer could lash out at any second.
Do we want me to give him verbal commands? Yeah, his window's down here. Okay, Caleb, go. You gonna get this out of him?
I got it. Monroe County Sheriff's Office.
Step in the back.
Monroe County Sheriff's Office, come up with your hands up.
Sheriff's Office, let me see your hands.
Let me see your hands.
All right, white male, Patrick, come on out. Anybody else in the van with you?
Hands up.
Come on out. Come out the driver's side. Here, just drop whatever you're doing, come out. Come out.
Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Don't reach around. Don't reach around. Just let me see your hands.
Come out of the van. Okay. Go back towards the back of your van. Anybody else in the van? No. Any weapons?
Get a handcuff. No.
Get in. Get right here.
What's going on? Sir, right there. There, right there.
Put your hands around your back.
What's up in here? What's your last name?
Wolf.
Wolf?
Yeah.
Stephen Wolf.
Yeah.
What's
I got
your
my
birthday?
key. 92460.
92460?
Yeah.
Is
1960.
this vehicle registered to you?
Yes.
To the officer's surprise, Stephen doesn't resist. Instead, he's calm, almost unusually so for someone being arrested without explanation. After placing him in a patrol car, officers begin inspecting his van when something immediately stands out.
Oh, come here. Wait, watch this. Look at this. Right here. What do you see? What do you see? Isn't that the piece? There's some branches. And he's got a gun in the back. Yeah. This is our murder test. Oh, yeah. Okay.
What's that? What's that smell?
Switch the three.
This is him. This is him.
Hey, do me a favor. Yep. Bomb's clear.
When they were going through the van, I believe there was blood in there that they have yet to identify, for one thing. There was, unfortunately, underwear in the van that appeared to be used. There was other women's underwear in there. So I 100% think that there are bodies out there attached to him that either haven't been found or gone. There's all these, little details that too many to overlook.
After securing the scene just after midnight, Stephen is transported to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office for questioning. But despite Pitcher's plan unfolding nearly perfectly, he still has a long way to go. On the way to the station, Pitcher realizes that from a jury's perspective, there's still reasonable doubt, and nothing truly conclusive beyond a single piece of bumper. And with the right lawyer, he could claim he was simply at the wrong place at the wrong time, and the charges could easily be dismissed entirely. Even so, Detective Pitcher remains confident he can make Stephen break. Less than 12 hours after the murder is believed to have taken place, the two arrive at the station and Stephen is placed inside the interrogation room. Both Pitcher and Stephen have been in these situations before, and each of them believes they have the perfect plan to outsmart the other. But before we get to that, after a long day at work, all I want is a good home-cooked meal. But finding the time to scroll through recipes, figure out what to make, and then go shop for everything, that never happens, and I end up making the same few things on repeat. But that changed when I started using HelloFresh. With over 80 global recipes to choose from every month, no two meals have to be the same. And the best part, I don't need to stress over what to make or run to the store for ingredients. Everything is already planned out, pre-portioned, and delivered straight to your door, with easy-to-follow instructions so the cooking itself is actually enjoyable and stress-free. If you're like me and you want to make eating at home feel exciting again without the hassle, HelloFresh makes that a whole lot easier. I use it, and you should too, because nothing hits like home cooking. Go to HelloFresh.com/DrInsanity10FM now to get 10 free meals and a free NutriBullet Ultra Plus and a 2-in-1 compact kitchen system, a $189.99 value on your third box. Free meals applied as a discount on the first box, new subscribers only, varies by plan. Must order the third box by May 31st, 2026. With that said, let's get back to the video.
The way I interview, I'll brag for a second. I think I can interview pretty much better than anybody. And I think I have a track record to prove it. I believe your interview, the most crucial part of the interview are the first minute to 3 minutes. I never, ever walk into an interview room and start talking about that night, anything even remotely close to the crime in hand. I usually try to find out what they're into.
All right, Stephen.
I'm recording.
Right now, you just being detained, all right? I'm just gonna talk. Before I can talk to you, obviously, you know, I gotta do this. If it's all right, I'll let you have this for a minute. All right, well, here's the deal. We have some questions about yesterday. Maybe you can walk me through it and help me out a little bit. Tell me about your day yesterday. Just walk me through the day, if you would. All right, I'm curious when we were talking at the police car for a second, I actually come here, you said something about vodka cup.
Yeah, I went in there today. I used to sleep, I was looking for a place to sleep. I used to go down there and sleep in that little circle in the back, but I couldn't get in there.
Not very good.
That's what the damage to my car was. That's when I did that.
That's when you did that?
Yeah.
What time was that?
I almost got stuck.
Yeah, that's never good. What time was that?
3:30ish, I guess. I don't know, this afternoon.
Okay.
It was all sand, washed out, trees were overgrown. I said, I can get back. And I started back down the road. I said, shoot, trees, I like my man. I was scratching it all up. I didn't even know I heard it until I got to the library and walked down. I said, God dang it, I broke the shroud. It was already cracked anyway.
Yeah. So did you try to back out and that's how you hit it?
Yeah, there wasn't no turning around. You can't, that thing turns like a boat. I couldn't turn around. I almost got stuck.
As Stephen calmly explains, he damaged the vehicle while turning around, searching for a place to sleep. But what catches Pitcher off guard is this. If Stephen is responsible, he's just placed himself at the scene of the crime for reasons Pitcher can't yet explain. So, Pitcher searches for something more concrete, something incriminating. But what he finds would come as a complete surprise.
Can I just get you to put your fingers out like this? Thank you so much. Give me just 2 seconds. Oh. Again, if you would, just kind of the best you can. And this is going to be a lot harder, but flip up a bit. Hey, that was a lot easier for you than I thought it would be.
What you looking for?
What's that?
So what you
Just any kind of marks. I can show you no
I
scratches.
got no marks, no scratches, no nothing.
Good deal.
Tattoos, I got
What's your
tattoos.
name? I know you got tattoos. They're pretty good ones. How'd you get them done?
I got them down in prison, Idaho. I don't know why I think I had a bad. I was 15 years old and got trouble. I got a homicide.
That's no fun. How long did you have to lay down for?
15 and a half years.
15 and a half years? Oh, wow.
It's a long, sad story with a happy ending, but.
Well, you're out now.
I left that idiot in there. I brought out a drug addict, but I kicked that too.
Okay, you guys 1 second. I just want to talk to my partner for a
You
second.
do whatever you need to do. Just get this done. Whatever we're doing here.
I appreciate it.
Just be quiet.
I am.
Baffled by the lack of scratches on Steven's hands, Pitcher pauses the interrogation, fully realizing the evidence they have so far is insufficient for any breakthrough, especially after learning this is far from his first run-in with police. For now, there simply isn't enough to charge him, so Steven remains in holding. Investigators know time is against them. By tomorrow, they need something concrete because without it, they won't be able to hold him much longer. But little do they know, Steven is already preparing a strategy for their next conversation, one he believes will let him walk away completely free. The next morning, with Steven still in custody, Detective Pitcher begins receiving tips from multiple Marathon residents, each claiming to have vital information. By approximately 10 a.m., officers are dispatched to follow up on every lead, hoping one of them holds the key to the case. And it wouldn't take long for police to realize Michelle may not have been the only target, and Steven may not have been the only suspect.
Okay. My name is Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
How are you?
Good.
Okay. I have a cousin.
Hey, how's it going, man?
How you doing?
All right, all right.
Good.
We have a little bit of
Nice to meet
information
you.
that you might be interested in.
Okay.
Okay. I have a cousin of mine that I just found out today was with the male, I guess, who
He was in the van.
he was in the
that
van.
night.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah, how you doing,
Hey.
So what happened today was, I went to the house, I saw Frankie and everybody, and I said, hey, you guys didn't have any budget. Frankie goes, yeah, he goes, I was in his car the day before, he gave me a ride to, I guess, down the store or something like that. I said, wait a minute. I said, Frankie gave you a ride? I said, you were in that van? He goes, yeah. I said, because your fingerprints are probably in that van, Frankie. And I said, if you don't go talk to somebody.
They found a fingerprint.
Exactly. And that's not going to look good for you.
Afraid of being implicated, locals begin coming forward, bringing new information about Steven. They reveal he wasn't alone the night before the murder. Just hours before the woman was killed, he had been driving around town with 2 other people in his van, and one of them is about to show up to speak to the detective.
Hey, Tracy.
How are you?
Good. I'm sorry.
Everybody knows me here.
Yeah.
Except the rookies, of course.
Well, I don't know you. So you were in the van with Frankie and...
Yep, he come up to the library. I asked him if he would take us to go to the store so we could get something to drink.
Okay.
Is what the hell was said. I've known him for a little while now.
Oh, okay.
I never thought that he would do some off the wall, excuse my language, like this.
Yeah.
Okay, I am shocked. I am floored, all right, to be honest with you.
Right.
What if this happens to me? It
Yeah,
could
we
have
don't want it to
been.
happen to anybody. And that's
All right.
why I want everybody to come together and we can
Well,
get
like I told one of the deputies that knew me, I said, listen, I'm fixing to either sleep over here at the library or else I'm going to sleep on y'all's doorstep over here.
Thanks to Tracy, officers are now able to piece together Steven's movements leading up to the murder. But before the detective leaves, Tracy would go on to mention one more name: Terry, a close associate of Steven. Officers immediately recognized the name. After confiscating Steven's phone, they discovered a 5-minute call with someone named Terry just hours before the murder is believed to have taken place. Looking further into his background, they also realize they've spoken to Terry before in connection to a sexual assault case, making him a potential suspect alongside Steven. Within the hour, they arrive at Terry's house, but from the moment they approach him, something feels off. And unlike the others, they would have a much more difficult time getting Terry to talk.
Hi, how are you? No, I just need to talk to you about Michelle. Please. Please.
We know you didn't do it, man.
No, you didn't do it, honey.
We heard you're friends with her, that's all. And we just
That's
want to
it.
talk to her
That's
friends.
I put down a cross for.
Did you?
I know.
That's all. We just want to talk
We
to her
just
friends,
wanna
man.
talk
That's
to-
it.
No, listen, Terry. We just want to see. When was the last time we saw her, Terry?
Man, come on.
No, Terry,
I ain't got
listen.
nothing
You're
to
not.
say. I'm-
No.
Yeah,
you're not-
because I done been through this with you before when they tried to get me.
Terry, let me talk. You don't have
to talk to you.
I'm not saying
And
that.
Michelle close to me. I don't want to talk.
Terry, just
Man,
listen for a second. Terry, just listen for a second, man. Listen for a second.
I'm not listening.
Listen, all we know is that last time Michelle was saw was on the 17th. We're trying to track down her timeline, man. If you cared about her, wouldn't you want to help us?
You can't tell me who I cared about and all that. I'm not talking. The guy who did it, I don't even want to talk about Michelle, bro. Okay, I'm not trying to be mean, but I know how y'all do. Just like with the man, when I didn't do it. So no, I ain't shit to say, man. Go on.
When detectives question Terry about Michelle, it's clear he doesn't trust them and has no intention of cooperating. But then they change their approach, mentioning something designed to make him think twice.
So did you know Steven?
I don't know nobody.
Really? Why'd he call you then?
I don't know.
Really? Because you talked to him for like 5 minutes on the day he murdered her.
Hey, what?
You talked to him on the day he murdered Michelle for like 5 minutes.
I don't give a what you say. Okay? Okay? But I talked to him and all this. I don't care what you say, miss.
I don't really care what you say either. The phone records prove it.
To me? I don't care then.
So what did you talk to him about?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even remember talking to him.
You don't remember talking to him?
Listen,
okay.
miss. The dude didn't like Michelle. He always threatened her. Me and him got into it over her. Okay? Michelle was a close friend. If you go down underneath the Backcut Bridge where she supposed to got killed or whatever, I put a cross down there for her.
I appreciate it. Honestly, you seem like the first one that we've talked to that's really cared about her.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't like Wolf. Okay?
Why not?
What you mean, why not? He always threatened her, man.
He was always threatening her?
Every time I seen them, they was fighting, fussing.
Were they in a relationship?
I don't. Listen, miss. Michelle stayed in his van. She used to sleep with this guy in his van. I used to get mad when she used to be with him. I'm not on no streets. I changed my life after that shit. And I talked to Wolf 5 minutes before she got killed. All that shit, that's bullshit. Okay? But for anything, if I can get my hands on him, I hurt him.
Finally, once they get Terry to talk, detectives uncover a direct connection between Steven and the victim. Michelle had allegedly been staying in Steven's van, and Terry makes it clear he didn't approve of the two being together. Now, detectives realize the man in front of them may be the key to incriminating Steven once and for all.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
If you want to know the truth, Terry, you just helped us a lot in being able to make that happen.
What I'm still saying, B, the guy, she used to sleep around with this guy.
Okay.
Okay? This guy used needles. She told me that he tried to get her to shoot dope one time. Okay? Him and Michelle done had altercations. Okay?
Yeah.
When I found out Michelle was dead, dog, and you can ask my boss man, it killed me. You know what I'm saying?
I am sorry for your loss.
Okay, it's not my loss. It's just that she was a friend.
She was a friend.
And she stayed on the street, man. And I done been on the streets. But for his Wolf, if I had a way to put my hands on him, I would.
All right.
Okay?
Listen,
if you can look up the phone records of any law where I was talking to him, you can't see but me cussing him out.
Hey, Terry.
You.
Thank you. Seriously. Seriously. Thank you.
Seriously.
And I did that girl, man.
Thank you.
As Terry breaks down, detectives begin to believe he's telling the truth and that he is indeed one of Michelle's few genuine friends. After wrapping up the interview, they return to the station and relay their findings to Detective Pitcher, who, for the past 12 hours, has been sleeplessly studying Steven's profile when he uncovers something interesting about Steven's experiences in jail.
Talking about his time in prison, things came out that, number one, he has a hatred for women. Somehow I think it stems from his mom, but I still can't quite place it. He went into great detail with me about when his mom was sick, how she couldn't do anything. And like very disturbing that a normal human being, normal person in a conversation isn't going into detail about these kind of things. That's a red flag. Obviously there's a lot of in prison. He goes, I figured out a way around it though. I'd offer to everybody and that way they wouldn't want to, All of that is putting together a pretty good picture of who this is, and we have the right guy. At that point, you're kind of like, all right, this is making too much sense. And then talking about women in general would snap him a little bit, and that would cause me to have to bring him back down.
But even with this unusual finding, Pitcher is only beginning to understand the twisted mind he's dealing with. What he does know for certain is that this isn't Steven's first time, and that by now he likely has a plan he believes will let him walk free. And if Pitcher wants to get anything from him, he needs to build a bond, gain Steven's trust, enough to make him confess. So that afternoon, Pitcher decides to change his approach. He asks Steve to step outside, offering him a cigarette, a small gesture but one that would have monumental effects on the investigation, because when the two step outside, Steven begins to break.
We're gonna step outside and have a cigarette.
I'm being charged with homicide, man.
I know you are, and I know that seems scary as hell.
I've been through it before as a child, but I remember it well.
Things are different in some instances between what happened when you're 15 and what happened now.
Somebody died at my hands. This difference is that somebody died, but it wasn't at my hands. Oh, man.
Steve, you made a mistake. I know.
I didn't do this.
Steve, I know you.
Oh, God. Okay, listen.
You made a mistake.
I didn't kill her. Her boyfriend killed her.
What happened?
They fought. I didn't. Nobody. They were having though in the back on my bed.
Okay.
And they fought. And I just kept driving. Said, "Come on, you guys, calm down, quiet down." I don't know their names.
How did you have them back?
I picked them up.
Where'd you pick them up?
Walmart. They wanted to come to the keys.
All right.
Oh, man.
Steve, come on, man.
I don't know what to do here.
We gotta keep going. We gotta keep going. We're gonna get this.
I did not do this, but I'm guilty of covering it up. I helped him get rid of her.
All right, but we can work through this, okay? This isn't the end of the world.
He walked away and he was gone, and I was like, Jesus, what am I gonna do?
Despite being prepared for something new, Detective Pitcher is clearly taken aback by this version of events. Steven insists he didn't kill Michelle, but admits to helping cover it up, claiming the real killer was her ex-boyfriend. At first glance, the story feels completely fabricated, a last-ditch attempt to deflect blame. But then, something clicks. Pitcher recalls combing through Michelle's social media and uncovering a troubling detail. An ex-boyfriend, persistent, unwanted, and openly harassing her online. Still unconvinced and questioning why Steven is only bringing this up now, the two return to the interrogation room as Pitcher prepares to press him further.
Can you do your best to describe him? You said he had...
He's got... what?
Go ahead, head to toe, everything you can tell me.
Long khaki shorts. I don't know what kind of tennis shoes, no socks.
Okay.
Flowery type of shirt. I don't know what pants he was wearing, really. And scruffy. His hair doesn't touch his shoulders, but it's close. It's straight as an arrow.
Gotcha.
Okay, not feather waving it, not one.
How old was he?
He's younger. I think he's younger than she is.
20s?
Yeah. Skinny as a rail. Skinny. Tall and skinny. Black as hair. The blackest he can get. The black as that camera right there.
Where were you exactly when you picked them up?
I was at my van.
Right.
I was in my van.
But what location?
They walked up by the liquor store. They walked up to the front of my van by that grassy area.
Okay.
They were walking and said, "Hey, you guys, this dude for a ride."
So you let them in. They get in the car. He's up front.
I'm not even out of the parking lot yet, bro. Can I have one of them cigarettes? Yeah, you got a pack, bro. I was at the, you know where the hurricane washed out the road, where it's a long strip after you get out of the Verona?
Right by Ann's Beach.
Long key up in there.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. But the long stretch that got washed out the road, and at nighttime the lights are all red.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's where he came back up in my front seat and said, "Bro, she's dead."
All the way.
He didn't say I killed her, he just said she's dead.
Okay.
What? Bro, she's dead. My brain was thinking, if she's really dead, I'm really call the police.
Yep.
But he's right there next to me. Call the police. And I didn't pick up the phone. And I pulled down in there. I can't go very far.
And you said it was your idea for Vodka Coke?
I was thinking, I gotta get rid of this. I gotta get rid of both of them, but I gotta get her out of here now. And he jumped out. He pulled the door open. He pulled her out. I heard her. Actually,
was she dead?
Oh, she hit the ground, I think. Yeah, I remember thinking, oh, Jesus, that's not good. And I'm in trouble. Man. I called the police. I could have backed over, but I couldn't get out. Actually, I couldn't have backed over if I'd tried. It took me I'd have run his ass over and called you right then. I should have called you as soon as he got out of the van.
Give me 1 second, okay.
Despite Steven's emotional retelling, his description of the killer doesn't match the ex-boyfriend. The man detectives had identified was older, with short gray hair and a heavy build, but Steven describes someone completely different, younger, slim, with pin-straight black hair. And that's not all. something major has just taken place outside the interrogation room. The full forensic examination of the van is complete, and the findings are even more disturbing than expected.
Now we have the search warrant to the van. They start going in it, and immediately there are a lot of toys, a lot of homemade toys. We knew sheets were missing, that kind of thing. Like, we were missing a lot of evidence. There was also, we had to start cutting out he had a homemade bed in there too, so we had to cut out the mattress of that, the floor. There was blood, a little, not a ton, but a little bit of blood on some of that, that's big evidence. We need it.
Alongside what Pitcher has just revealed, investigators uncover even more disturbing evidence: strands of blonde hair matching the victims, women's underwear, and a child's swimsuit. And more concerning still, the only DNA found belongs to Stephen and the victim. This is far more incriminating and far more convincing than anything Stephen has told them. So Pitcher prepares to confront him with the evidence, and with nowhere left to shift the blame, his reaction would say it all.